which I don't have. iPhone, when you type, you have to type like this, straight up and down on the iPhone. There's no way to turn it sideways. So all the keys are together, like the Q and W, they're together, the E and R together. So it's not really a full keyboard, even though it's a touchscreen. In the iTunes App Store, the application store, they have 10,000 applications that people build and sell. And some people are making some good money at it. Most of them are 99 cents. Most of them are free. A lot are 99 cents. There's one called TouchType, which allows you to turn your iPhone on its side and have a full QWERTY keyboard. QWERTY, Q-U-E-R-T-Y. They call it a QWERTY keyboard. So not only that, but when you type, it sends your SMS as an email, so you can avoid that $15 a month AT&T fee. Now, I don't know how long it's going to go before AT&T figures it out. The keyboard will always still work, but that workaround the SMS, we'll check it out. So it's called TouchType. It's in the iPhone application store. It's all over the web, just came out. People are saying they're going nuts about it. I just read the latest reviews yesterday on this, so check it out. Let me know what you think. You can now turn your iPhone on the side and type with a regular keyboard. So there you go. That's some phones and Blackberries and iPhones for the week. Me yelling at Verizon. Shame on you, Verizon. I mean, really, shame on you. An iPhone, you buy this expensive phone, you still have to turn it on the side. But hey, I'm all about people coming up with creative ideas and making money. So, Apple could probably make this themselves, but they say, hey, look, let some other smart guy make it and make a couple bucks. So good for them. 99 cents. If I had the iPhone, I'd get it. It's a one-time 99-cent fee. How it works is 70-30. The developer gets 70% of that, so they'll get almost 70 cents. Apple gets 30 cents. You think 70 cents is not a lot of money? Well, 1 million people buy it. Guy's doing pretty good. So support your local developer, all right? While we're on Apple, I use Windows, though I started out, I've been on the internet for 13 years, but I really started out when I was 14. So that's about 100 years ago. I started well over 25 years ago. 13, is that right? Yeah, about 25 years ago. I had one of the first Apple IIes in the neighborhood. Saved up all my paper route money, my lawnmower money, bought an Apple IIe. So definitely a big fan of Apple. I just don't currently use it. They've always been yelling, saying, hey, get an Apple, get an iMac, get a Macintosh, no viruses. Well, of course, it's prone to viruses. It's just that the hackers always go after the big dog. The big dog happens to be Microsoft. Now that Apple's taken over 9%, 10% of the share as far as the users in America using computers, they're going after Apple. So Apple now says, they quietly say, they currently recommend virus protection, either Virus Barrier X5, McAfee's Virus Scan for Mac, or Symantec Norton Antivirus 11. So all these ads you see on TV, hey, we don't have viruses. Of course they're prone to viruses. It's a computer. So now if you have a Mac, get an antivirus. So they're saying it quietly, but you should definitely have one. At least everyone's got to be running at least a firewall out there. So if you're on Windows, turn on the Windows Defender and turn on the firewall. If you're on Mac, read the Apple Insider. AppleInsider.com. This is where I'm getting the information. That was posted on December 1st, 2008. All right, that's a whole bunch of Apple news for you from a Windows guy. Though I started out with Apple, so I'm both. DTV.gov. DTV.gov. What is it? Digital TV. Everyone's saying, hey, what's going on? February 17th, 2009, that's it. They're shutting down the analog signal. So if you're walking around with one of those little phones, there's one of those phones. Look where my mind is. If you're walking around with one of those little televisions with the big antenna, it's not going to work anymore because that's an analog signal. If you have rabbit ears on top of your TV, it's not going to get those channels anymore. If you have one of those gigantic aluminum antennas on top of your house that picks up only analog signal, not going to work anymore. They're rolling this out throughout the country. if you have a cable box, if you have DirecTV, if you have Dish, if you have a cable coming from your wall into your TV from a cable company or a satellite company, don't worry about it. You're set. Your TV's fine. You don't have to get a new TV. Everything's fine. If you have rabbit ears on top of your TV and you don't have anything with the cable company, you're going to have to get different rabbit ears. You have to get a converter. A converter, and I'm going to see, I think it's $50 credit they're going to give you. Let's see, converter box, general questions, converter box. They're going to give you this. Here we go, coupons. Hey, I'm reading this as I talk. You've got to go and fill out everything in triplicate. So I'm looking at their site laughing. They can't make it easy here. So it's just a little converter, and I think they gave you $50 for that. Oh, here we go. To help consumers with the DTV transition, digital television transition. These are for the people that don't currently get television on cable or satellite. They're using rabbit ears. They're just picking up signals throughout the air. The National Telecommunications and Information Administration, NTIA, and the Department of Commerce is going to give each household up to 2 coupons worth $40 each to get a digital to analog converter box. They'll sell from $40 to $70 each, so they'll give you 2 coupons. So go to dtv.gov, you get the coupons there, go into your store, say here's my coupons, let me switch it out for a digital analog converter box. So you'll now get digital signals throughout the air. If you live in the area that gets digital signals, they'll convert them into your analog box, your analog television. Digital signals are much better, much clearer, but they're not as strong. So if you live way out in the woods and you're picking up Channel 7, ABC, or CBS or NBC, you have some big radio tower you have, you may not be able to pick up a digital signal, even with the digital converter. The digital signal just doesn't travel as far. So check it out, dtv.gov. But again, if you have a cable box or a satellite box coming into your TV, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. If you don't, check out dtv.gov. Get your coupon. February 19th, they say that is when it's going to happen, not a day later. But Circuit City told me that 11 years ago when I bought a TV. They said, you have to buy an HD TV. Next year it's going to happen. 2009, they say it's going to happen. We'll see. All right. Movie pick of the week, coming up into the holidays here, December 4th. Elf, Will Ferrell. It's not a kid's movie. It can be a kid's movie, also an adult movie. So, good date movie, casual, relax. If you got kids, this is a must-see if you haven't seen it. Came out in 2003. I'm reading this from Netflix here. When a young buddy, played by Will Ferrell, falls into Santa's sack on Christmas Eve and is transported back to the North Pole, he is raised as a toy maker elf by Santa's helpers. After growing up to be a misfit who never quite fit in, and the outside elf decides to go back to Manhattan and find his real dad. His real dad, played by James Caan. So Will Ferrell, this baby, falls into Santa's sack, goes back to the North Pole. He grows up to be a 6'2" Will Ferrell kid, right? And everyone else is just little elves. So that alone, watch him walk around and bump his head, and that's funny itself. But the movie's very well done. Jon Favreau did this. This is like a Christmas Story. Remember that movie, Christmas Story? Peter Billingsley plays every year. Remember that? With the Daisy Red Ryder BB gun. Hey, you'll shoot your eye out. All as a kid wanted was a Daisy Red Ryder BB gun. This is like the new version of that. This is just like a must-see every year. Elf with Will Ferrell goes to New York, to Manhattan, and I tell you, it's hysterical. I mean, it is. He's a funny guy. He's just and he knocks it. I mean, he hits a speaking baseball, he hits a home run on this one. Will Ferrell hits a home run. So Elf. Check it out, Netflix, probably Redbox, your local movie store. I'm sure it's on demand right now on your cable and satellite boxes. You may be able to pick it up on HBO. I don't know.